Hi guys, we have only one more video left, and the last concept is the law of increasing opportunity cost. This is for chapter 2 and this is video 3, and this is Professor Ren. Welcome back. Did you see my sad cat? Do you see it? So what is the law of increasing opportunity cost? The law of increasing opportunity cost is basically saying the more you produce, the greater the sacrifice. If you're familiar with the law of diminishing marginal returns, then you understand already the law of increasing opportunity cost. It's just like inverted. It's basically saying sooner or later, doing this more of the same thing is going to give you or force you into a greater and greater trade-off until it is no longer worth it. So the more a country or company produces, the greater the rate of opportunity cost or sacrifice that goes with it, right? The additional production, actually, let's do this since I can take it out. With additional production, revenues and profits diminish. This is also true in our lives. If you're working out, there is a lot of benefit from the first half hour. There could even be a greater benefit after the second hour, but you keep going and you might suffer an injury. You might collapse from dehydration. There is a level where instead of adding benefits, you begin to actually subtract and eventually go into a negative territory. More is less. In other words, up to a certain point, more is more, and then more becomes less. And when it becomes less, this is what we're talking about as far as the law of opportunity cost. Now, there's an inverse relationship between returns of inputs and the cost of production. Right. You just get to a point and it is no longer in your best interest to put all of your resources in one basket. So if we are to go back to that bakery example that we had from before, the bakery example is basically saying, look, let me actually take you back to this one. Remember, this is the bakery example. First of all, let's look at the law of opportunity cost in progress. So the first cake, from the first cake to the second cake, this is the bakery that can produce so many cakes. You make $15 on the first one because the profits go from 15 to 30. So the marginal return, the marginal benefit is $15. Then you go from 30 to 41, that's only 11 more. Then from 41 to 50, that's only $9 more. Then 50 to 54, $4 more, then $1 more, and then you lose $3, right? Do you see that? When we go from 55 to 52, you lose $3. That's the diminishing return. That's the law of opportunity cost. So what is it teaching you? It's teaching you you cannot be a bakery that only bakes cakes. What other things can you make that also take flour, nuts, butter, sugar, oil, the ovens that you have, the mixers that you have, the front of the shop where you display your things. Maybe you can also make donuts. Maybe you can make cookies. Maybe you can make bagels, bread, etc. But all those things, there's a maximum number of units you can make of each one before they too cease to be profitable, which is why companies diversify. So if you ever look at a company that has claim to fame, like for instance, they're known for, let's say, their cupcakes, and that's what everybody wants. You go in and you find that they also sell, for instance, cake, or they also sell bread, or they also sell cheese maybe. And you're a little confused, like, why do you sell all these other things? I mean, why don't you just make more of the stuff you do best? Because of the law of increasing opportunity cost. At one point they found out they made one too many cakes, one too many cupcakes, one too many something. We all do that. And then you have to diversify. Speaking of working out, you can't work out the same muscle indefinitely. There is such a thing as now you injure it. So you work out other. Some people do cardio plus lower body workout. Then the next day they do different kind of cardio and then upper body workout, because what you're trying to do is diversify, spread your resources and become more wholesome. Same thing for business. They want to round out the best that they can as far as their profits and take the most advantage of it. I will show you my sad cat one more time. This cat is sad because of diminishing returns. It knows it can't indefinitely. This is how my cat used to look at me when I would say you're gaining weight and you just can't eat another can of food. All right, you guys have a great one. I always enjoy talking to you, even though it's one way these days. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.